The artwork for Anime Podcasters is provided by GoProKyo. Please go follow him at GoProKyo. Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. Today, we are discussing a topic that I promised Hotshot we would do no matter what he picked at the end of the last episode. And that topic was anime battle items. So that's what we are doing today. We both have 5 battle items each that we're going to be listening off, nerding out about, and everything. But before we get into any of that, how are you, Hotshot? Have you succumbed to any amazing adventures finding a microphone lately?
I really don't want to do this, Jaden.
I really want you to do this, though. So.
I still don't want to tell the people that I looked in a desk instead of the dresser where the mic actually was.
I call Hotshot. I'm like, "All right, are you ready?" He's like, "Wait. Ready for what?" I'm like, "Today's the podcast." He's like, "Oh, I completely forgot." Starts frantically looking for the microphone. Text Kyo, "Where is it?" Looks in the wrong place.
So we both texted Kyo asking where the microphone was, because as you guys know, me and Kyo live together. And texted him. He said it was in the bottom part of his dresser. I start looking in the drawer, and I'm looking in the desk. I tell Kyo that it's not there, and then he texts back in my dresser, and I'm like, oh. And I found it immediately after that. But at the same time, it's just like, why am I looking at the desk when he said dresser?
Oh my god.
I am just now waking up. I've been up for less than 2 hours as of now.
At this point, he's sipping his anime pool coffee, and he's good to go, though. But seriously, before we get into this topic and everything...
And a pool!
And a pool. Before we get into this topic, so what defines a battle item? Let's just get into, like, what went to our picks and, like, more, like, coverage about this, and then we'll go into our actual picks. So anything that a warrior, someone who battles in anime uses as a means to an end. So basically, I guess it can technically be living, but like a Pokemon is not a battle item. If like I give a perfect example, Pikachu's not a battle item, but if Pikachu was sword shaped,
no, Pokemon's not a battle item. Pokemon's just a battle slave.
Yeah, basically. But if Pikachu was like sword shaped and Ash like carried it around, and it was like this thing that like could maybe have some sort of life to it, and it didn't have any specific attacks, it just was lightning powered, that could be more of a battle item than just a straight up Pokemon. So basically, like kunais, shuriken, those are battle items. Akamaru, it's not a battle item.
No, Akamaru is an adorable little cinnamon bun. That's what Akamaru is.
Next up, podcast, anime cinnamon buns.
But basically, it's anything that the anime warrior or fighter in question uses other than their own physical power, or that's essentially it. Like, say Goku, for example. We can't say fists for battle item. It has to be something that they can carry into battle, and in any case, at any point, they can lose the item. Like, it can be knocked away from him in a fight.
What if Goku cuts off his own arm and uses his other arm to hit people with the arm he cut off? Is that considered battle
item? Technically, that's still his own physical strength.
Okay, fine. Okay,
I mean, if that was the case, then my list would be so much worse.
Okay, do you want to say anything else, or can we get into this?
I think we can go ahead and get into this.
Okay, who goes first? I'll let you pick.
I'll go first because it was my idea, and I'm going to take this one because I know for a fact that you're going to if I don't.
Oh, no! What's your pick?
Don't we always run into this problem, though? We start doing picks. No, I want the tension to build. I am slowly peeling it away, and then I will rip it off right when it's at the end.
Okay.
So how are you, Jaden?
Just go ahead and say it.
Alright, so my first battle item is the Sensu Bean from Dragon Ball Z.
Totally not gonna pick that one, not even kidding.
Seriously? Aw.
No,
okay,
like,
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You'll pick my next one.
Yeah, I tried not to go too mainstream with my choices, but go ahead. The Sensu Bean.
Anyway, I'm picking Senzu Bean because, well, like Jaden said, it is mainstream, but at the same time, it is kind of iconic. It's kind of a retcon for, like, all Dragon Ball Z fights, and if you guys don't know what it is, essentially the Senzu Bean is a cure-all for battle damage, for anything having to go wrong in your life if you're a fighter. So, probably the most iconic memory that I have of Senzu Bean is when Gohan is during the Cell Saga when Gohan and Goku and everyone else are fighting Cell, and then when then Goku tags out. He's beaten Cell up pretty bad. Cell's minorly injured him, and then he sends in his own son and tosses Cell a Senzu Bean, curing him and giving him back to 100% power. And it's just like, what? What? No. Just no. So, it's basically a retcon for any battle damage ever in Dragon Ball. If you have a Senzu Bean or a bag of Senzu Beans, you're basically unstoppable unless they kill you outright.
Or to destroy the Senzu Beans.
Or destroy the Senzu Beans, which has happened more than once.
Do you not remember the Cooler movie where Gohan had like a bag of Senzu Beans or something, and then he put like one in his like little like belt pouch thing, and then like the bag got destroyed, but he still had the one to give back to Goku?
Yeah. Like the bag bursted into flames, or burst into flames.
Into key energy flames, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also remember Yajirobe like eating a crap ton of Senzu Beans and just like being like, I ate too many Senzu Beans, and like rolling around like in pain.
Well, I mean, I don't imagine they taste good, but they get the job done.
Basically, but like I think like the Senzu Beans is a great thing. Like Korin really invented like the key to like success in Dragon Ball with the Senzu Beans. The Senzu Beans is what allowed Goku to train so hard on his way to Namek, right? In that gravity pod of a spaceship. Like I mean, without those Senzu Beans, a lot could have gone wrong, way more wrong than it has in Dragon Ball. So no, it's a great pick.
Yeah, it's just way too mainstream for Jaden.
I mean, I do have a Dragon Ball pick, and I'm gonna for safety's sakes, I feel like I should pick it. I should do it now. Like you don't pick my pick.
Okay, fine, go ahead. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I am picking the Pataras from Dragon Ball Z.
The what?
The Pataras.
What are Pataras?
Are you serious right now?
I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
You don't know what the Pataras are?
What are the Pataras?
From the Supreme Kais?
Pataras?
Vegito?
Oh, the earrings?
Yeah!
Okay. I just call them fusion earrings.
Yeah!
Well, Jaden's going super Canadian over there.
What? Okay. Let's get back to the earrings here. So basically, yeah, the Pataras are earrings that basically you and your partner put the earrings together, and then your bodies will collide with one another, and you will fuse into a much stronger being. So the most popular fusion that we know with this one is Vegito, when Vegeta and Goku fuse together to become Vegito when they fight Super Buu, and they basically destroy Super Buu in a sense until they decide to go back and do the whole Kid Buu Super Saiyan 3 thing and Spirit Bomb the good old-fashioned way. But the Pataras could be a very destructive combo. Obviously, the weakness here is if like one Patara gets destroyed, or if your partner is unable to catch a Patara when thrown at him. Cough Gohan. Cough Gohan. That's obviously a weakness of it, but it's a very powerful thing. It increases the power of the fusion tremendously. I don't know if it's more than the original fusion, but it definitely increases the power a lot. And I mean, we saw in the JaianMusic referring the Tournament of Power in an anime podcast. In the Tournament of Power, when Kefla became a thing, it was Kale and Caulifla. They were both Super Saiyan women for Universe 6, and the Grand Zenos were like, oh, let's allow Pataras now. Like the rule at the beginning of the Tournament of Power, it's like no Pataras, no items allowed whatsoever. And then they're like halfway through, no, let's switch the rules. And they're like Pataras for everyone. So obviously they throw the Pataras, and then Kefla becomes a thing. And the only disadvantage too is that you reduce your numbers from 2 people to 1 person. In a Tournament of Power situation, that's bad because you do lose 1 member, and it's a tournament of how many people stand at the end. But it's a very powerful item that you really cannot deny the strength of. Like this is a great thing that like comes into clutch moments. Obviously, the whole Janemba movie, the Pataras defeated Janemba. So a great battle item in my opinion.
I mean, I'm gonna say it is. I just kind of wish that we got to see more. I mean, I haven't seen Super, so I don't know exactly what happens in that one. But I just wish that we got to see more fusions with the earrings other than just Vegito.
Right. I feel like I think there's like some like mock ones out there or like some spoof ones out there.
No, there are. There's a fusion of Chi-Chi and Bulma out there.
Oh yeah, there's also I think what was it like a Krillin and I forget. There's so many out there.
It's got to be Krillin and Tien because you can't fuse with a bald person unless you're bald.
Or there was a Tien and Yamcha one, but that was the actual fusion, not the Pataras.
Tien and Yamcha?
Tien and Yamcha.
What was it? Yan Yan?
I forget. But the thing with the Pataras is like
you don't have to be... Ticha.
The thing is with the Pataras is that you don't have to be the exact same like power level like the actual fusion dance. Like I mean, I could fuse with Goku if I wanted to, and I'm a human with a very low power level, right?
Very.
Thank you. Any other comments on the Pataras, my good friend?
I actually do want to hear like this isn't just on the earrings. This is just like a what if scenario. What would be a Patara fusion that you actually would want to see?
I would love to see Frieza with Boo.
Free Boo.
Booza.
Okay, what so it'd probably be like Final Form Frieza in that case?
No, because Final Form Frieza is definitely way stronger than Boo. Because Boo is like Super Saiyan 3 level. And Final Form Frieza keeps up with Super Saiyan God. So, it would. I don't know. It would be a good question.
No, I said final form, not Gold Frieza.
Oh well, to me the final form is the golden form because that is the final form.
Yeah, but it's not.
The final form isn't final anymore if there's a new form that exceeds it.
Okay, fine. True Frieza.
True
standard Frieza.
You know, there's too many transformations in Dragon Balls when you're arguing about which one's the final one.
Dragon Ball debut final form Frieza.
Basically. But it would be crazy if you think about it. Like death beams and like Frieza could absorb people now and absorb their strength and could heal himself. And it would be in this material that like if you punch, it doesn't actually like do any damage. You know what I mean? It would be insane. Turn people into chocolate with your death beams, like crazy.
That would actually be awesome. Actually, if it was Frieza and Boo, I could imagine like Frieza trying to do the Planet Buster, and it just turns the entire world into chocolate.
Yes. Oh,
I want to see that happen.
Oh my god. All right. That's all I got on Pataras. Is there anything else for you, or do you want to go to your next pick?
That's all I got on them. So I'll go over to my second pick then.
All right. Oh my god. Already on the second pick. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. All right, so my second pick is also kind of a standard one, but oh well, that's just how I roll. I'm picking the food pills from Naruto.
Oh my god, the food pills. Yes, great pick.
So, if you guys don't know what these are, basically they enhance your stamina, they enhance your damage output and everything else for, I think it gives you up to like 3 days of practically unlimited stamina. Because when they were debuted in the most memorable part that I can think of anyway, is when is when Naruto was fighting against Kiba and Kakashi was commenting on the food pills that he was using. And immediately after taking the food pills, Kiba immediately gives Naruto a run for his money, using constantly just fang over fang attacks and just constantly bouncing all over the place. It makes you an absolute beast if used correctly, is what I'm trying to say here.
Right. I remember Choji saying something about like the army would use these food pills all the time. The military would use the food pills all the time in Naruto.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting the 3 days from. He said once they ate the food pills, they could attack for like 3 days straight without a break.
Ridiculous.
And if you imagine giving like an army of... Say you gave an army of, like, Kakashi's food pills. That would... No. I don't want
No, just
I want to be on
there.
I want to be on that side, please. I don't want to fight against that.
No, thank you. No, thank you. But the food pill, like, as awesome as it is, I feel like it's fairly, like, it's not impressive, I guess, or maybe because it's the fact it's not as mainstream, it's not like as big of a draw than the senzu bean. You know what I mean?
Well, no, because I mean it does just damage your attack, and like really the only time that we can actually really see it used is the tuning exam, because after that it is used, but not nearly as much. And I guess the time that it's used more is actually in the games, which in the Ultimate Ninja Storm games, you take the food pills and it does increase your attack, though there are 3 different types. There's a small type, a medium type, and a large type. Small increases your attack for a short time, medium, and large for a long time.
Right. I'm reading here on the wiki that apparently when Naruto was training, Sakura would like invented like a very small version of the food pill and would deliver him 12 food pills a day. I don't know. So I guess like medical ninja are able to create food pills now. That's a thing apparently.
I mean, it makes sense because basically medical ninja are seen as supporters, and them having things to support like the fighters would make a lot of sense.
No, it does. It does make sense. I feel like this is like something really used by the Inuzuka clan a lot. Kiba, like, basically this is like the staple of like Kiba's entire battle plan. Like if he doesn't have food pills with Akamaru,
oh yeah, the food pills are the staple. Not at all what they actually fight with. You know, the dogs.
Sorry. It's like I guess the wrong wording there. I think it's essential.
There we go. Yeah, it's definitely needed if you're in Azuka.
Yeah. So that's all I got on food pills. I feel like this is more of a like I said, it's more of a minor thing. But it could definitely help you out in big moments for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. In my list, I didn't exactly go for the biggest or the most powerful items. I went for the things that will, if used right, will immediately turn the tide of battle.
Right. But like, if I'm correct, these things like increase blood flow. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because
it's basically like a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, because I remember this being a thing that we discussed in the with Ben. Ben and I did this podcast reconstructing the Sasuke retrieval arc, and towards the end of that podcast, spoiler alert, we discussed like different alternatives that like the Leaf Village could have used to like battle against the Sound Ninja 4. And one of them was, let's say, you know how Sakon was doing that jutsu that fuses with Kiba's body?
Yeah.
Let's say Kiba swallows like all the food pills he had in his ninja pouch just to increase his blood flow. Like on the molecular level, would that not screw up Sakon way more with too much blood flow or something? Like it was just an idea like that. So I feel like there's alternative ways to use this like as a suffering thing.
Yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from on that.
It would be interesting. Like, the results were kind of inconclusive on that because we don't know like the extent of Sakon's jutsu when he fuses with someone. But it would be interesting. I would have loved to have seen what that would have given.
Would you have though?
I would have, yes.
Okay.
All right. My turn.
Yep.
I am going for.
You stole my pick.
Come on. I actually might be stealing your pick with this one because this is the last pick where you potentially could be stealing it. Like the next picks, I know you will not be taking any of them.
Okay, let's see what happens.
I am picking Samehada from Naruto as well.
Sadahara?
Samehada.
See, okay, I think you're totally safe because I don't know Japanese words.
Okay, I'm taking Kisami's sword.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're using shark skin. Got it.
Yeah, shark skin. Sorry, I should probably use the English names. Shark skin, an amazing sword. it's regarded as one of the best swords for the seven swordsmen of the mist. This ninja sword basically it's sentient in the sense that it has its own feelings and will. It's crazy because it basically becomes one with the with the user, where it doesn't like slash you stuff. Like let's say you get hit, you almost get hit by a hit and you dodge it, it will absorb your chakra, and like when you do get hit by it like it shaves it. I don't even, what's the word here? Like there's like many like blades that come out of it and just like scrape it within you. It's like this thing like screws you up big time. It absorbs chakra. It eats chakra. It's a great way to like fight Jinchuriki when you think about it. Like when Kisame was fighting Killer Bee with it, he was able to bring him from stage 2 back to stage 1 because it absorbed so much chakra. It's a crazy blade. And another thing that's really good about it is the way it has, like, it knows who its user is. So when my guy was fighting against Kasami and took the blade itself to like trash against Kasami, the blade like it's handled, spikes came out of it just to hurt a guy, because then you're like, my guy is not my user. My user is Kasami. So it's a crazy powerful sword. It's one of my favorite for sure in Naruto. So yeah, Samehara Shard Skin.
That's actually a pretty good pick.
Like, think about it. It's a really good pick. Like, have you seen Samehara in action before?
Yeah, I've seen Shark Skin used. I've seen it in actual fights. The one that mainly comes to mind, though, because again, when it comes to the actual anime, I haven't really seen a whole lot, except for like when it comes to Shippuden, I haven't seen a whole lot anyway. But I have seen a lot of original Naruto. So the fight that mainly comes to mind for me is like the first time they meet up against Guy and Kakashi.
Right.
Because I don't think he ever uses Shark Skin when they're fighting against Jiraiya in the hotel.
I remember Shark Skin being caught in the toad mouth thing, but he just rips out of it.
Yeah, it's just I feel bad for the toad on that one, honestly.
Oh, big time. But yeah, it absorbs chakra like crazy. Like, it's a great battle item.
No, yeah, it definitely turns the tide, especially with Kisame being the wielder. Now, this wasn't one of my battle items, but when it comes to the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, for me, probably the most iconic is the Executioner's Blade, Zabuza's Blade. But yes. Shark Skin probably is definitely my number 2.
Shark Skin would destroy the beheading sword.
Oh, yeah, no, without question. But the Executioner Blade for me is just more iconic.
Fair enough. I just really enjoyed seeing it in battle, and it's like, I know Kasami wasn't its first user, and this thing has a whole history behind it with the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist and everything. We see it come back in Boruto. We know that basically Kasami is known as the tailed beast, and with it, that it definitely like helps him. He becomes one with Samehara at one point. Like, there's Shark Skin Kasami is a thing. This thing is like has a life of its own, literally, and it's a great battle item.
Okay, now I actually see what you meant when you said like if the weapon was a living thing or had a mind of its own, it would count as well.
It does have a mind of its own. Literally, there's the one episode.
So then I guess it comes down to like, would that really be counted as a weapon, or would that be counted as a character?
I think it's counted as a weapon because it's always used as a weapon. It's always there on Kisama's back. It's a sword. He battles with it.
It's not like it bounces on its hilt, just like smack talking whoever Kisame is fighting, and Kisame's just like, okay, no, chill out.
And there's literally a Rock Lee and his Ninja Pal episodes where they're like, Kiba wants to take Akamaru to a pet like place to like take care of pets, and like Kasame's there with Samehara, and like he's like, oh, this is my favorite pet store. This is where I come to like leave Samehara and play all day with the other pets, the other dogs. Like, it's ridiculous, but it's a great weapon. Like, for sure, amazing battle item.
Yeah, no, by far. That is actually a really good pick.
All right, your turn, buddy.
Mine is actually a sword this time around as well, and it may actually surprise you because this is actually kind of an old school anime. So I'm picking the Tetsaiga from Inuyasha.
Tetsaiga from Inuyasha. Go ahead.
You have no idea what that is?
No, I haven't watched Inuyasha.
Wow, it's actually an older anime that I've seen that you haven't yet. Anyway, The Tetsaiga is, if you guys don't know, it's a weapon passed down from Inuyasha's father down to him. That came in a pair. There was the Tetsaiga and the other one. I don't remember what the other sword was actually called, but that went to Inuyasha's brother. But I'm picking the Tetsaiga because it went to the hero, obviously, but it was also a sword of just sheer power. But when Inuyasha found it, it was just a beaten, damaged, broken sword where it had like a whole lot of cracks in it. It was broken down. It basically looked like a really unimpressive katana, which was just like basically hit it really hard against a wall and it would shatter. But when Inuyasha awakens the spirit inside of it, like when he actually calls on the power of the Tetsaiga, it changes into this massive, like, dragon fang looking blade, which has the power to, like, destroy mountains with a single swipe. And it's just really highly dependent on the user. In this case, it would be Inuyasha. In order to use it right and slice through the wind scar, which that's the ultimate power of the sword.
Wow. Okay, that's a good pick. Wow. Wow.
The sword, he hardly ever uses it. Like once he gets the sword, he basically does use it for every fight, but he uses it for like one attack. But like any other time other than that, he always just goes into battle using his claws. And it's just when he does get the sword and when it actually does hit what it's after, it's awesome. There's actually probably one weapon in Inuyasha that I actually like better, but I'll save that one for later.
Oh, okay. No, it sounds like a really cool sword, and I mean, it's kind of similar in somehow to where it has like a spirit inside of it. It has some living thing attached to it, and I think that always makes a sword or a weapon way more powerful, way cooler just to enjoy, because you're not just swinging this thing around. You can really unlock some like deep potential with it, and that's always a plus for me.
Yeah, if it's not just like, okay, I have this sword and then like use it and like at its core it's basically just a sword. I mean, I like weapons like that, but at the same time, if there's like a higher potential in the weapon that you unlock later on, that's what I fall for. Then again, I'm also a gamer, so stuff like that will immediately get points with me.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's gonna be tough to come after. I don't know which one of my picks is gonna be good enough for that one.
I know one of my next picks, so I'm hoping you don't pick it.
Okay. So, can I go, or is there anything else you want to say on the matter?
Nah, unfortunately, Tetsaiga and Inuyasha as a whole, actually, it's been a long time since I've seen them, so I don't have a whole lot more to add.
All right, so me turn.
You turn.
Me turn. Okay.
I get it. It's a driving joke.
Okay, stop it. You're throwing me off. I am picking a battle item from Boruto, and I literally despise this item. I think this item should have never been introduced in the series. It's totally poisoning what ninjutsu and being a ninja is. I hate this weapon so much.
I know what you're picking.
I'm picking. It's called, the Japanese name I retrieved was it's Kote, or also known as Gauntlet in English. It's this scientific ninja tool that this scientist in Konoha invented, and it's basically this thing that you strap on your arm, on your wrist, and you capture these little ninjutsus and these pills, like whether it be water release, lightning release, shadow clones, a Rasengan. Like you can produce any ninjutsu whatsoever, and it's captured in these pills, and you store these pills within this gauntlet. And at any point, you can weave hand seals to release a specific pill, and the pill will drop, and then you'll release whatever that jutsu is. So there's a thing where Boruto is trying to learn how to do Rasengan and to become Sasuke's student, right? And then Boruto trains, and he managed to do this mini little nothing of a Rasengan, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not really impressive. And then he uses the ninja tool, and he gets the Rasengan like that in a second. It's ridiculous. Like, this thing is so advanced. And just like recently in Boruto, we've seen him use it where there's this training exam thing where the point is there's the team of 3 has to protect the flag, and Boruto is by himself protecting the flag, and the ninjas were the opponents were about to capture the flag. So what he does, he uses one of the pills to do water release to flood the entire building, and then he does lightning release with the same item twice. So he uses it twice in a row, and so obviously water plus electricity, he shocks all the enemy down to the ground. This thing makes it way too easy. He does it and he cheats against Shikadai. In the movie, he gets caught. In the anime right now, he didn't get caught. He used like an extra shadow clone, and in the movie, a bunch of shadow clones. Like it's a troll. It's an insult because basically they're saying all this hard work that you've like tried to accomplish. It can be done scientifically. Like we don't need to train anymore. Like it's completely ridiculous. The point of being a ninja is like working hard and being strong. But now it's like handed to you on a silver platter. Like here, strap this thing on your arm and you're now a ninja. I hate that. I really don't like the fact that that's a thing. And I feel like the scientists had good intentions in the sense of like, oh, I want to make something good that can help against enemies. But like the thing is, it does not. It makes it too easy. It really makes it too easy. And now in the last episode of Boruto in 59, at the end of the fight against Shikadai, a scientist is like, oh, you really used that item well. Here, have this pill. This pill is really powerful. Use it like in a very opportune moment. And apparently it's a new jutsu that like it's been added. Like imagine just like having this thing and like spamming Amaterasu with it. Like you could just like go like, screw you guys. You're all like burning until like I feel like you can't release it anymore, right? Because it's Amaterasu. Like really bad. Like this is not good. We're not going in a good direction here. Like no, not good at all.
Okay, so I honestly completely agree with you in saying that the scientific ninja tool is absolute crap. But I have a question.
What is your question?
If you hate it so much, then why is it on your best anime battle items list?
Because I feel like it's revolutionary. It really is revolutionary, and it's crazy to think about that. All of this hard work that we see these gettings work so hard in Naruto, and now we've come to a point where it's like you can literally grasp it in your hands. Like the science of it is really crazy when you think about it. Like this scientist who invented this is a genius for doing this. Like he really revolutionized the way of it, the way of the ninja in a sense. I feel like you have to give him props, even though it's completely evil and I hate it. You have to like respect the hustle.
Okay, yeah, you actually do kind of have to respect it, but at the same time, it's just like you have to respect what's behind it, but at the same time, it's also basically spitting on whatever you had to come across or actually come over in order to actually gain your powers as a ninja. Like, I mean, take Lee for example. Lee couldn't use ninjutsu or genjutsu or anything like that, right? But he still became this kick-ass ninja. And now that this is in the picture, do you really think he's just like, well, I mean, obviously Lee is still just like, okay, I've earned this all on my own merit. I don't need it. But at the time, he must have been, or if that came out when he was just starting, he must have like been really quick to just grab that up. Like, haha, now I can use ninjutsu. That's just... No, like if you're gonna make something like that, at the very least, don't have a character that has literally been through hell and back in order to gain where he is now, like without the crutch of a ninjutsu.
I completely agree with you, but the thing is, this thing doesn't have any taijutsu. You can't release a taijutsu attack. Like maybe like there's
because taijutsu is all physical power. This is like all ninjutsu and genjutsu. That's what I'm saying.
At this point, yeah, but at this point, the techniques that we've seen, we have Rasengan, Waterer style Orca, then we have the Shadow Clone Jutsu, the Shadow Possession Jutsu, the Shadow Imitation Jutsu. So Bloodlight techniques can be sealed. That's ridiculous. You have a bunch of Fire Release Jutsu that can be released with this thing as well. Like, imagine if you could like release the 8 gates buff. Like, if there's a way to like seal the 8 inner gates energy. No, but I mean, the scientists already went to the point of like of ninjutsu. What's to say like taijutsu is off the table? It could be.
Okay, I honestly like the idea of it having the scrolls to unleash like, say like Fireball Jutsu or Phoenix Flower or Water Dragon, stuff like that. Like elemental jutsus. That stuff I can completely kind of get behind. But if you start using bloodline jutsus or the stuff that is like completely unique to a certain character or clan, that's just no. You don't need to do that. It's just like basic. Okay, imagine this. Imagine the scientific ninja tool having the element inside it. So like a scroll of fire, like you activate it and it just sets fire, right? So you just like send chakra through that, and it actually manages to make a jutsu that you can't otherwise do.
No,
Like
definitely.
stuff like that, I can completely understand. But being able to like shadow possess or shadow strangle or like actual bloodline traits, no, no.
No, but this Wikipedia article about this like scientific jutsu has a great point, and like this is something that's really important. I think we should discuss. It says the tool was banned in the jointly sponsored 5 great shinobi countries. Tuning exams by the 7th Hokage Naruto because it was considered as an unfair advantage. Additionally, the exams were a test for nurturing young shinobis into better ones, and while the Kote did the opposite. You're not nurturing these ninjas into better ones. You're making it easier for them, and like they're not gonna. Do you think you hand this thing to Boruto? He's gonna train more. He's like, oh no, I can do water release anytime I want now. Like
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's just gonna sit at home, like just like kick back on his bed, like no, Boruto, we gotta go. Oh, I'll just send a clown.
And apparently,
It's
oh my god, that's right. Masashi Kishimoto. He wanted to introduce this before Naruto. Apparently, like this was a thing he wanted to introduce in Naruto, but he never. There was never a good moment for him. So now in this new generation's Boruto, like this is a great time to introduce it, in his mind. So I mean, still like a crazy tool. Yeah, that's that. I feel like we've discussed it enough. If there's anything else you want to add on it, go ahead.
nope, I got nothing. After that, I got nothing.
Oh yeah, okay. So your turn, Hotshot.
Okay, so I may be cheating a little bit here, but at the same time, they all kind of do the same thing, but all kind of have a different kind of effect. So I'm picking the devil fruits from One Piece.
Okay. I don't watch One Piece. Like you're picking all.
I'm
of
on
them?
my own. I'm picking all of them because essentially they're the same thing. Where if you bite into or eat a certain one, you get a power. I'm not picking a certain power because you all have to eat it in order to gain it. But for example, on this one, I'm just gonna take the devil fruit that Luffy ate, which is the I think it was the rubber fruit or the no, it was the gum fruit. The gum fruit. That's the one that
Yeah, that much
Luffy
I
ate.
know. That much I know. He had a piece of
Okay.
gum and now yeah. So the gum
Okay.
fruit is what unlocks his abilities basically.
Yeah, the gum fruit had the power of elasticity in it, so the second that Luffy ate it, he was able to like basically become Mr. Fantastic and just stretch really far and basically be immune to certain amounts of pain because he can use elasticity to like absorb it. But it it actually comes at a price, especially when you consider One Piece is an anime about pirates. Once you eat it, you can't swim anymore. So you completely lose the ability to swim. So water can basically instantly kill you. But in return, you get like Luffy's gum powers, or you get Ace's flame powers, which is basically like bursting into flames. Captain Buggy's chop powers, you can basically like make yourself into a tornado of body parts. Like swords have no effect on you. Slicing will not kill you at all anymore. Like there's all these different kinds of abilities and all these different kind of perks, but at the same time, if you're spending your life on the water, you're basically instantly guaranteed death if you go overboard. And
Whoa.
yeah, it has a pretty heavy drawback just because of like where the actual setting is. Like the powers themselves can't hurt you. In fact, you can actually learn more about the powers and actually like get more powers as time goes on. I think the limit for it though is you can eat up to two gum or two devil fruits and have both those powers. If you eat a third one, you will die. So imagine like Luffy I actually think that's what Luffy did. He had the gum fruit, and then I think like 7 years later or so, he ate his brother's flame fruit. So he has rubber and fire now.
That's crazy. Like these things are like really OP.
Oh, yeah, but at the same time, basically everyone has a devil fruit, so they're OP, but only when you consider that basically everyone has it, so it basically evens the playing field.
It does even the playing field, but like everyone in Luffy's crew has one. I don't think so.
Not everyone in Luffy's crew has one. No, most everyone on his crew has their skills of their own merit, and they are able to take down other captains and everything with devil fruits. But most of the or Lugias, but I honestly don't know what that is. That's why I'm not discussing that. But they are able to take them down. But devil fruits also give you a massive advantage over most other things. Like a devil fruit user going up against a devil fruit user is essentially like an Uchiha fighting an Uchiha.
Right.
So no matter
yeah,
no matter what you have, it is going to be a fight.
No, and I totally get that. That sounds really interesting. The thing I have with these devil fruits is I feel like they're just too overpowered. Like, and then Luffy has two of them. Like, to me, it feels like it's too much. Like, these battle items basically become your entire arsenal. When a battle item becomes your entire battle arsenal, like, you are very dependent. Like, you are not the same you're not the same fighter you would be without this thing. Like, that's too much in my opinion.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you the best part about him.
Oh God.
If you end up dying, be it water or killed in battle or anything, the gum fruit that you consumed then grows back on where devil fruits grow. So basically, if someone kills you, they can take your power.
These things are infinite?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's overpowered.
They are there forever.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Dude, have you seen some of the One Piece fights? They are nuts.
No, I haven't. This One Piece is that one anime I just never will watch because there's just too many episodes.
And it's still going.
I know.
It's never going to end. I think they're trying to get to I think they're actually trying to get to 1,000 episodes, and then they actually might let it die.
The thing I was gonna say, like the fact that they're infinite, and the fact that they're basically they become an entire fighter's arsenal. I mean, I guess if you are there for the explosive battles and the incredible fights, for sure, this is a battle item that you're going to be very grateful for. But, like, to me, it comes to a point, like, a perfect example, Naruto versus Naruto Shippuden. I prefer the fights in Naruto because they were just, like, way more just, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? They were way
even
more
battlefield.
basic. Yeah, and they didn't have these crazy like meteorites and the freaking like tailed beast bombs and all this stuff. I get that you have to like level up the playing field, but like I just
why do you think my favorite anime battle of all time is still Lee versus Gaara?
Yeah, because that one was like the one that like it became overpowered, but it was understandably overpowered.
Yeah, because the defense was overpowered, so in order to compensate, you need an attack that's way overpowered.
Exactly.
By the way, was this 3 or 4?
This was your fourth one.
Okay, so I have one more, you got 2 more.
Exactly.
Alright, so on that note, you want to go on ahead? I got mine, and I'm fairly confident that you're not going to take it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to take either of mine either. Okay.
Right.
This might be the first podcast where we don't pick all of each other's picks. This is good.
I swear to God, you say that and you immediately take my last one, I'm going to be so pissed.
I'm picking from Sword Art Online.
Okay, no, you're good.
I'm picking a very, it's not the flashiest sword from Sword Art Online. I'm picking the Sword Breaker. So this is a blade that Kirito used and then decided to not use anymore. Basically, the front of this sword is just like a regular blade, and the back of it has these. What's the best shape to describe them? I'm trying to think of. I wouldn't say like spades. It's basically these. I would almost say like these closed triangles, right? The back of the blade has these closed triangles, and if you catch your opponent's blade in any of those slots, you can break it That's why it's called sword breaker. So use properly. Like let's say you flip the blade back and someone's gonna slash at you and you catch the blade, you can break their blade with the sword breaker. That's like the key of this sword. It's if it's used properly, you can really like destroy someone's battle item basically. The reason why Kirito like decided not to use it again, like he dropped that sword is because it has very low offensive abilities. Like it's just the front blade of it is just a regular blade, so there's not much to it. The gimmick to this thing is that it can break swords. So that's the big flashy thing about it. And I just think that's really cool. You immobilize your opponent's arsenal in a sense with this. And like you can really, this is one of those blades where you don't have to be the best fighter, and if you're able to like break your opponent's swords one after the other, you basically like guarantee yourself a win.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like do you think
it's like all I gotta say on it is yeah.
But do you think that's a cool gimmick? The fact that you can break the people's sword like in with the back of the blade is like these slots where you can break the person's sword.
Basically, if you break an opponent's weapon, you have immediate like winning conditions unless they're able to turn the tide on you in the blink of an eye. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's a pretty impressive feat, honestly, being able to break whatever they're attacking you with.
That's basically like the catch of this weapon. Like it's a bit of a one-trick pony. If you're able to like work your way around it, then you're good. But I mean, I wasn't expecting like a big crazy conversation with this one and like the Boruto one. So if you have anything else to say, please go to your next pick, Hotshot.
I got nothing else. All right, so this is my fifth and final pick, and for this one, I was actually having trouble picking between two. I'll tell you what the other one was after we're all done, and maybe give like a little bit of a preview on it. But the one that I ended up picking is Stripes and Backlace from Panty and Stocking.
Ooh, go ahead.
So Stripes and Backlace are actually the weapons used by Panty and Stocking. Backlace is Panty's panties, which turns into a gun in her angel form. And Stripes is actually stockings, which turn into swords. So the reason that I'm picking both of them though, instead of like just one, is because yeah, it is pretty much their entire arsenal, though they can fight without them. Especially when it comes to Backlace, because Panty can use hers to make her gun to make Backlace, but at the same time she can use other pairs of underwear to make different kinds of guns. We see an episode I want to say is basically a parody of like The Naked Mile, which Panty is just stealing a whole bunch of underwear from like a whole bunch of guys, and it comes out as different weapons. There's like one that comes out as a gun that fires backwards, one that comes out as like one that's just limp, and then she steals the underwear from the main guy character, and it is a mega shotgun. So basically all these weapons will all the former weapons won't really do a whole lot, but the shotgun and the fact that Panty's able to make other different kinds of weapons with different kinds of underwear, it gives her a massive advantage. And Stocking uses her swords, which she can fight without, but when she does use them, you better watch out. And those are the two that I'm picking, or technically one because they are the same thing, because they need the same thing in order to activate. Though there are a different pair used by the Demon Sisters, Scanny and Nisox. I don't know the actual weapons names, but Scanny uses two pairs, and she ends up having like two like old Western style revolvers, and Nisox uses hers as twin scythes. So I'm calling them weapons because I'm calling them items because they are weapons, but at the same time, they are pairs of clothing that turn into weapons.
Wow. That's I don't know how to process that. It's like,
oh come on, I mean, we have Soul Eater, which actual living people turn into weapons.
No, I know, but like actual clothing, like that's crazy.
So really yeah, crazy. Technically, it still counts as an item.
It literally is an item.
And yeah, an article of clothing. So yeah, I win.
Literally. I'm trying to process this.
Have you seen Panty and Stocking yet?
No, I don't want to. No, that's the one I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm the one that watches like the more like raunchier, screwed up anime, and you're the one that watches the ones that
definitely
are.
That's for sure. Let's close it out with my final pick.
I do have my one honorable mention that I want to bring up after yours.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm picking from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Naturally. I don't think we've done a single anime list that you haven't picked a Yu Yu Hakusho thing from.
Okay, so I'm picking. It's one of the 7 spirit detective tools. It's the third one, and it's called the concentration ring. It's one of these. It's this ring that you put on your finger when you want to use a spirit gun, and it increases the output of the spirit gun tremendously, but it drains your spirit energy tremendously as well. So it's basically like this booster of a ring to make the spirit gun like way more powerful. And the point of this, Botan gives us to Yusuke as a means to like train his spirit energy pool, and as a way to become a better spirit detective. These tools are like very essential to him. And so the one time he uses against the first villain that he comes across. I'm trying to remember. It was like Goki or Guki, the name of the villain. And the first time he spirits guns him, it doesn't do anything. So what he does, he uses the spirit ring, and then he spirits guns Goki point blank in the face with the spirit ring, and that like destroys Goki. But at the same time, it reduces Yusuke's spirit energy all the way down to 0, so he learns to deal with his spirit energy way more. So what's cool about this item, it's kind of a learning curve. There's a learning curve to it. You mean if you're like hot-headed, hot-blooded, and kind of like Yusuke, and you'll just use it and you'll be like trigger happy with your finger and boom, shoot, like you'll be like, oh man, like that was a bad idea, like my stocks are down. So it kind of it's a way for him to learn to not go crazy with it at first, and just to kind of build up his energy. And he comes to a point when he becomes an S-class demon. Like if he used this with it on the super spirit gun, like forget about it. Like this would be like the biggest spirit gun ever. It would be insane. So that's why I'm picking that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Again, Yu Yu Hakusho topic, I don't really have a whole lot to add on to it, but I can see why you picked it.
Right. I don't know. Do any of your like battle items have a thing where there's a learning curve to them?
I want to say if any of them do, it's probably Tetsaiga. Because Inuyasha needs to learn how to actually like call forth on it and actually control the power. Because basically when he's able to like summon the Wind Scar, he has to learn how to like actually hit it precisely instead of just wailing frantically like he usually does. So he actually has to learn with it, and once he actually learns it, he can unlock the actual true power behind it.
No, I hear you on that. I feel like this one is like the complete opposite of the Boruto one, where like this one like promotes learning.
This one you have to learn how to use, and the Boruto one is just, oh hey, I can do this now.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I'll spam spirit guns now.
It's like infinite Rasengan spirit guns. Just like shooting finger guns, but instead of spirit guns, it's just like a barrage of Rasengan coming out. That would be ridiculous, but at the same time, this is anime we're talking about. They probably would do that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what is your honorable mention, Hotshot?
Alright, so I didn't bring this one up, and I talked about backlights and stripes instead, because I don't really have a whole lot of information on this one, but I do know for a fact that you're going to know what this is. I'm picking the power pole from Dragon Ball, from OG Dragon Ball.
Of course, the power pole. Yeah, no, great. Great. Yes, go ahead.
Unfortunately, the only information that I have on it, because I haven't watched a lot of the OG Dragon Ball, is that Goku says power pole extend. It's a pole that extends and is able to like wipe down entire buildings with a single swoop, and that's all I got. I think he got it from his grandpa, is that right?
Yes, he did. Gohan, okay. Grandpa Gohan.
Okay, so unfortunately that's all the information I have on it. That's why I didn't bring it up, and is why it's an honorable mention instead. But at the same time, as a kid, I did have a Dragon Ball VHS, and the power pole was all over it, and it's just, even though I don't know a whole lot about it, it's still nostalgic to me.
I remember when he uses it to go from Korn's like tower all the way to Kami's lookout. He uses the power pole, like he plugs it into the Corn's tower, and then it flies him all the way to Kami's lookout. So the power pole, obviously a great battle item. It extends, and it really screws people up. Like if you get whacked by that thing, it will hurt tremendously.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Goku used it in OG Dragon Ball. It kind of reminded me of DBZ abridged Kaioken's joke. Like, however they say Kaioken, and then the guy's like, Kyle, what? Basically, whenever Goku says Power Pole Extend, the guys have absolutely no idea how to react and always get hit by it.
Oh my god, you know what? I'm just having this nostalgia flashback of, like, Kid Goku on the Flying Nimbus with the Power Pole.
With Kid Chi-Chi, like, right behind him.
Oh my god, stop it.
Like running, trying to catch up with him on the Nimbus.
Yeah, oh, good times. Good show. Such a good show.
Yeah, I think the VHS I had like the Ox King and Chi-Chi and like original Roji with the Kamehameha.
That's like some of the best anime that will ever exist.
Well, what? Yeah, why do you think it's still going? Technically.
No, it is Dragon Ball Super movie this December, guys.
Wait, it's coming back this December or it's over?
No, this December there's a Dragon Ball Super movie coming back. It's about the history of the Saiyans, and it's gonna have Frieza in it. It's like a continuation from
the series. The series, Dragon Ball, like, yeah, it's been called like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, what have you. Yeah, that we say One Piece has never stopped. No, Dragon Ball has never stopped, and it's probably never going to stop.
Dragon Ball had a really long break, like 10-year break.
Well, yeah, but it came back.
Yeah, but One Piece never had a 10-year break.
That's actually a fair point. One Piece has been going on this entire time.
Yeah.
After Dragon Ball Super, they're gonna have Dragon Ball Ultra.
Yeah, basically. I think
Dragon Ball Beyond Ultra, where Goku finally fights against All Might.
There's a thing called Dragon Ball Ultra. I know Dragon Ball Ultra is a thing.
I was just making a joke where Goku would have the chance to fight All Might, but wow, it's an actual thing.
Apparently. All right, so my honorable mention, and I did not want to put this in because I don't think it's like straight up a battle item, but it can be used as a battle item, and that would be the Death Note.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about putting that on my list too, but at the same time, that's all he uses. Like, that's all Light uses, I mean.
Yeah. And, I mean, for the people who don't know, wow, you think of a person's face, you write down their name properly with no spelling mistakes in the Death Note, and they die 40 seconds later of a heart attack. You can control the time of death, the reason of death, and it's a way to really, like, take out anyone you want. Then you have Shinigami eyes, and that's a thing where you don't even need to see a person's name. You can just look at their face and you'll know their
I wouldn't even really call it, like, if we did put it on a list, I wouldn't even call it a battle item, because he doesn't fight with it. It just immediately kills.
Right. But it can be used in a battle scenario.
It can be used in a battle scenario if you're, like, able to write down quickly. Like, you're getting jumped in an alley with Shinigami eyes, and you just quickly write down his name. But at the same time, it's really impractical in it's practical in the sense of like you can go home, write in your journal, and then like kill one by one. But in a battle where time is more consistent of seconds than minutes, that's not really going to do you a whole lot of good if whoever's fighting you like has a gun or is it faster than you or whatever.
Yeah, no, definitely. All I can think of when you said the alley thing is like the last episode of Death Note where, spoiler alert, Light, gets caught and he pulls on his watch to write down Nate River, which is Nier's name, and then Matsuda just shoots him a bunch of times. He's like, "You're not writing anyone's name down anymore." And then Light's like, "Matsuda, you idiot!"
And then just bang, 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 bang.
And then Ryo writes his name down. But yeah, we all know how that goes. Okay, Hotshot, do you want to tell us what your list was, and then I'll go?
Yeah, sure. All right, guys. So my list was the Sensu Bean, Food Pills, Tetsaiga,
the Devil Fruit.
Devil Fruit. Sorry, Devil Fruit and Backlace and Stripes.
From Panty and Stocking.
And with an honorable mention of Goku's Power Pole.
Yes. So
Bow chicka bow wow.
Oh my god. My list was Samehada from Naruto, the Kote from Boruto, Potaras from Dragon Ball Z, I guess in Super, Swordbreaker from there's so many Dragon Balls. Swordbreaker from Sword Art Online, and the Concentration Ring from Yu Yu Hakusho. And I also had the honorable mention of the somewhat like a battle item of the Death Note. So any final thoughts, Hotshot, before we close this out?
My list is better than yours.
Let us know in the comments which list is better.
And let us know who you like better. Who's funnier? Who's better looking?
Oh my god.
Who's more Canadian?
More
I
Canadian?
really want them to comment that I'm more Canadian than you.
I'll leave the comment myself. I'll put it in a tweet for you.
Yay, you're the best.
All right. Any final thoughts, Hotshot?
I got nothing.
All right.
I said all I need to say.
Yeah, okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Anime Podcasters. Really appreciate it. I think we had some pretty good battle items. A lot of mine were swords, so, battle items.
I had two swords.
You did have two swords. I had more swords. So that means half of the were swords.
I had a gun, though, so...
Yeah, that's true. Hotshot, where can people find you on the internet? What corner of the internet are you on today?
I'm in the darkest parts of the internet. You guys can find me here on JaianMusic channel with Anime Podcast.
Okay, how is my channel the darkest part of the internet?
Shh, that's for another podcast.
I hate you.
I love you. You guys can go ahead find me here on JaianMusic's channel. You can also find me over on another YouTube channel called Wolf's Pine, which is me and a bunch of other friends. You guys can go ahead and find me on yet another channel, my channel called Hotshot Ginger. And you guys can go over and find me on Twitter at Caution Ginger. And I'm basically everywhere you look, even if you blink. I'm there.
Has Wolf's Pine started, or is that going to be in a bit?
Wolf's Pine has started. Right now, it's just my friends taking off on it. I'm trying to find time where I can record with them. But
how many episodes so far?
I want to say we have 2 or 3 episodes of our... I don't want to say our main guy, but essentially our captain doing a Let's Play of the God of War series. So, yeah, go ahead and check him out. And I will be over there later on, playing stuff like Injustice or Fortnite or Overwatch or anything with him online.
Awesome. Does Wolf Pine have a Twitter or anything you want to plug for that, or not yet?
I don't think we have a Twitter yet. We do have a Facebook page, though, called Wolf's Pine.
Okay, so go check out Wolf's Pine and go support them. Tell them I sent you. And for myself, you can find me on Twitter at JaianMusic. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JaianMusic. Facebook page is facebook.com/JaianMusic. And if you become a JaianMusic patron, you can have access to the patron-only podcast. So that's patreon.com/JaianMusic. And make sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play now. We're on Google Play. Just a reminder, we're on Google Play. And I'm working on getting the podcast on Spotify as well. That's going to be really cool. And,
I really want someone to just go, okay, Google, play Anime Podcasters.
Yeah, you can literally do that. Google, play Anime Podcasters, and then you'll hear the very first episode of me, Keel, doing Naruto. And Keel being like, I like Naruto. And I'm like, I also like Naruto.
We've come a long way.
You've upgraded your first episode, yeah.
You've upgraded your co-star, so...
Oh, I'm not going to comment on that. And also, guys, talking about co-stars and guests, we have one special guest locked down for sure this summer, and we're going to have other ones coming. So if you have anyone you want to have on as a guest on the podcast, please let me know on Twitter, and I'll try to reach out to them. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I love the people you guys are leaving. Someone's like, "Hey, could you do a podcast with the Anime Man?" I'm like, I can try contacting him. If chances are he's not going to reply to me. So... just keep that in mind, guys.
Could you do a podcast with Hockey Dearest? We don't know how to get a hold of her.
We could try just spamming her Twitter or something. That'd be crazy. All right, guys.
Oh, I will be all over that.
Thank you guys so much for the love, and we will see you in the next episode of Anime Podcasters. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.